Finally, after a 2-week break, chapter 163 is here. It's the first of the final 4 chapters and begins the process of wrapping up Aqua's story along with the series. Or perhaps I could say Goro's story, as this chapter delves into that question. Is he Goro or Aqua? But yeah, you'll see what I mean once I go through the chapter, which opens with Sarina's keychain falling in the water, presumably near Aqua's body. We don't see him though, as the scene quickly cuts to Goro in a dreamlike sequence, who looks like he's at the hospital hoping for some good news as he holds the keychain. A doctor tells him something and then he goes to Sarina's room to find her sleeping. Although there's no text, we can presume she just had a procedure done to cure her disease, which seems to have worked as Sarina gives him a thumbs up as she cries tears of joy. Goro breaks down in tears too as he grasps Sarina's hands, overjoyed that her life has been saved. Then we get a sweet panel of Goro there for Sarina as she learns how to walk again. I think it's safe to say Goro would have been there for most of her rehab process too. After some time passes, Marina and her husband finally visit Sarina, who has grown some hair back by now. Marina cries tears of joy, which sorta indicates that deep down, she always did love Sarina. She really was trying to avoid Sarina the whole time, so the pain of losing her daughter will hurt less. It just sucks cause Marina didn't think about how Sarina would feel about her parents not being there for her. At least in this timeline, they get a chance to be a family again, as we see Sarina leaving with them. By this point, Marina has already had her next child, who you can see in Sarina's arms. It's crazy how in reality, those siblings will never meet Sarina. Of course, before Sarina leaves, she goes to Goro for a tearful goodbye. They do still send letters to each other it seems, as Goro reads a message from Sarina, who's back at school now and sees a poster for Bikomachi. Meanwhile, Goro's still doing his job at the hospital until one day, when he's with that nurse from the start of the series. We finally see her again after all these years. He gets a message and is shocked to see that Sarina's an idol. And not only that, but she's also performing with Ai herself. Literally the ultimate duo. Like, what could have been? Of course, Goro's loving it too. His favorite person and favorite idol on stage at the same time. It can't get much better than that. But then we see Aqua and the Goro girl watching in the distance. I like how from the back it looks like Goro because of the shadow, and Aqua in the front too. Aqua questions if this is all a dream. The Goro girl does confirm that it is indeed a dream, just for him too. The Goro girl then starts yapping about how the world can be an illusion created by the observer. Not all of it may be real, just like the world appeared completely different to Aqua before and after his rebirth. This Goro girl really thinks she's like Itachi, yapping about reality to Sasuke. What's even funnier is that Aqua doesn't even seem interested in all that, and just asks who he really was. Does this feeling of joy and happiness belong to Goro or Aqua? The Goro girl suggests that if he feels happiness watching Sarina and Ai together, then an emotion should be his. By his, I think she means Aqua's. However, Aqua still isn't confident in his own feelings, and questions if the choice he made might have been a mistake. After all, he is leaving a sister behind. Perhaps this selfish death might end up just causing trouble for everyone else. Everyone who knew and cared about Aqua will be grieving after learning he died. Those feelings can negatively impact their futures. The Goro does question if that's really what Aqua wants to think about on the verge of death. She didn't think Aqua would still be worried about childish things, but then remembers that he was just a child. Then the Goro girl explains to Aqua that it was the memories and will of Goro that were given to him through reincarnation. However, his body also carries genetic factors that came from Ai and Hikaru. Those aspects created the different perspectives of Aqua and Goro. Aqua is essentially carrying the memories of an adult, along with the pain of not being able to save Sarina and Ai. If you also notice, the light in Aqua's eyes have nearly died out now too. As someone who doesn't like seeing others suffer, Aqua ended up helping people even when it didn't benefit him, like with Kana and Akane. In the end, Aqua really was a complete softie, and someone who really cared for others. Then we get a nice double spread of the Goro girl hugging Aqua. To the Goro girl, Aqua was someone who despised the unfairness and injustices of the world. He was someone who had always been interested in romance like many others, but couldn't take part in it. Despite all the setbacks Aqua faced, he was still a man who worked tirelessly. A liar like his parents, he also was someone who loved his sister and the people close to him. Yet with all that said, he was still just an 18-year-old. Then the chapter ends with the Goro girl finally answering his question by saying that it was all of him. He was Aqua Oshino. However, Aqua has now completely vanished, with the only thing left of his existence being Sarina's keychain. That's how the chapter ends, and perhaps how the story of Aqua ends as well. The way I understood the Goro girl's answer is that she meant Aqua was born as his own person, with the genes of Ai and Hikaru. Perhaps he was even a soulless baby, which the Goro girl stated long ago, until he was blessed with the memories and will of Goro. It's actually so hard to imagine, and I can understand why Aqua is still so unsure of who he is. It's like he was an empty vessel filled with the memories of Goro, but the personality and genetics of Aqua Oshino. From his birth, Aqua already had the memories of Goro, so that's all he knew and grew up with. I guess it's like having someone else's memories without your own. You still have your consciousness, but not your memories, which is where the conundrum comes in. He's still Aqua, but lived with the memories and will of Goro. He was able to become his own person, even with that burden. Aqua himself always wanted to help people, even if it didn't benefit him. Like the Goro explains Aqua Oshino perfectly here. He was a teen interested in romance, someone who worked hard, a good liar like his parents, and loved his sister very much. All of that was Aqua Oshino. In a way, it feels like a huge reveal. This may have never been Goro, but Aqua with the memories of Goro. Aqua may have even believed he was Goro, but ultimately, Aqua didn't kill Goro for revenge like Goro originally wanted, but he did it to protect his precious sister. I think that sums it up quite well. It is pretty complex, just like the Goro and their ability to just create dreams it seems. I'm hoping we get a full explanation on her in the next 3 chapters. She's clearly extremely invested in Aqua, so I'm wondering if perhaps she's just a spectator this whole time who took an interest in him, or there's something much deeper that I'm not seeing. I know Sarina helped her crow form back then, but I feel like there has to be more to her feelings for the twins. But yeah, I guess this nearly confirms Aqua's death. However, I'm not going to say he's dead yet until I see a body, or the reactions of Ruby, Kana, Akane, and everyone else in the next chapters. I just gotta see the body. But let me know if y'all think Aqua's officially dead though, as well as your thoughts on the Aqua and Goro thing in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. I got some more Oshino content here too that you can check out. Peace.